handling that full 90 degrees like a boss. Hey filmmakers, today we're taking a look at a travel-sized camera slider that's completely motorized. This slider is from YC Onion, and full disclosure, they did send me this out for a review, but they did not pay me to say any of this. Now, the name of this slider is called the Chocolate Milk. At least that's what's on the box, and I love chocolate milk, so I can get down with the name. They also call it the E-Chocolate on their website and on Amazon. Basically, this is a 12-inch slider, and it's perfect for travel. So I actually made a review of a much longer slider if you need one. It's about 38 inches long, also from YC Onion, and you can check it out in the card above. We've got a nice cable for plugging it directly into power. It uses USB, so you can just plug it into a little USB brick. It comes with a charger and its own battery because it uses the Sony NPF 50 batteries. The cool thing is that they say that this will last 6 hours, which is fantastic runtime because we all know these batteries are notorious for being short. I didn't run a full length test, but I did put my camera on there and start running the slider back and forth continuously for 2 hours, and it kept going. When I opened the app, it said that I still had 66% battery life on this, so I think it really does last a very long time. It comes with 4 different cables for triggering the shutter so that you can do time lapses, but I actually don't use any of them because I'm using a Sony camera, which has the time-lapse app from Sony Play Memories. Let's take a look at the actual slider itself. So this thing is pretty nice. It's a very nice aluminum alloy metal build, and it feels very solid. So here's the deal. When you're using the slider in this configuration, you're only getting 12 inches of travel out of it. But as soon as you add it to a tripod, you're getting a much further slide out of it because this whole thing actually moves and it turns into about 20 inches of slide, which is fantastic, especially when it's only this big. I absolutely love that. It has a 3/8 thread on the top so that you can mount a ball head or standard tripod head on top of it. It also has a bubble level on top to make sure that you have nice level horizons in all of your shots. One small thing that does bother me about it is that there's no LED indicator light to tell you whether or not the device is on. You actually have to open up the app, and then once you're inside there, you can see how much battery life is left exactly. On the side of the slider, there's this locking mechanism that allows you to lock the slider and keep it from moving. And I think that's pretty much just there in case you're traveling with it and you don't want it to move around. There are a couple different ways to power the slider. First off, you can use the Sony NPF batteries. You can also use a portable battery power bank, which doesn't come with it, but they're pretty cheap. And obviously there's this cable that does come with it, and you can just plug right into it, and they say that'll last about 12 hours. And of course, if you have access to an outlet, you can use the little power brick that comes with your phone, plug it in, and shoot for as long as you want. On the bottom of the slider, you have 3/8 inch threads, so you can attach it directly onto a standard tripod. It also comes with an adapter that'll take it from 3/8 inch on the top down to 1/4 20, so you can mount something like a phone. Now, I did run a handful of tests with this with my iPhone 10 and a phone holder, and the results were kind of subpar. Honestly, when I was just running a video slide, it was very shaky and like jello. Somehow some micro jitters, probably from the slider and just the movement, were going into the camera on my phone itself, and I think that in-body image stabilization on my iPhone was combating that and causing this crazy jello effect. But I could see you being able to use it for time lapses because it'll take the picture and hold still and then move again and take the picture and hold still. All right, now I'm gonna pop a camera on there. I did a whole bunch of tests to see how much weight this could hold because I couldn't find the maximum load capacity on the website or in the description or manual anywhere. And as you can see, I landed on my heaviest lens, which was the 70x200, the small HD, and the Rode wireless microphone, and it still could handle the weight very well. Let's talk about how this thing actually performs when you're doing slides. And in reality, it's very smooth. There's no jitters or jerking or anything like that. You get really nice, smooth slides. And this does have some noise. I'm gonna be quiet for a second. You can definitely hear the motor running. So if the slider is gonna be really close to your talent and the microphone, you may pick up some of this sound, but chances are you're not gonna be using this right in front of your talent. You can see this works really well on a flat surface, but they claim that this can work on an angle just as well. So let's do a little test and get it on just beneath 45-degree angle and see if it can handle it. It's definitely doing it, but I can hear the motor struggling just a little bit. And I think that's because this is just a ton of weight. But surprisingly, it's handling it really well. Let's see where it kind of stops. Don't want to break this and grind, but that's easily a 45-degree angle. Oh, doesn't like that. Bring it down. Working again. So with this much weight, I wouldn't go past 45-degree angle, but I think if it was a much lighter camera setup, that you could go vertical with this. You know what, maybe we should try that out just to see. Okay, now I've got this thing broken down a little bit. It's just the A7S in a cage with a much smaller lens than 35mm. Okay, 45-degree angle, not bad. I feel like it might be too much for a full 90. Let's check it out. It's handling that full 90 degrees like a boss. All right, can you go up? Heck yeah. That's sick. Everything is done from the app itself, which you can download in the App Store on iOS, and it's also available in the Google Play Store for Android. On the first tab, you set up your in and out positions. So I'm gonna slide it over to point A, and then you hit confirm and continue. Then you go ahead and press the arrow and slide it all the way over to whatever's going to be your end point. You hit confirm and continue. Then it will take you right over to the next tab, which is the video shot tab. Then from there you can control the speed of the slide. Just tap A to B or B to A, and it'll slide whichever direction you choose. There's a pause and play button to stop and start the sliding as well. You can also tap on auto round, and that'll cause the slider to go back and forth continuously until the thing dies. The third and final tab is where you set up a time lapse. And this is the tab that I find to be a little bit more confusing and take some more time to figure out. So I wish that they would change the names of these a little bit, or maybe add some just little descriptions to help you understand how to get this set up. So you're gonna tap on delay first, which is how long it's gonna wait between each shot to move. So let's say every 5 seconds you wanna take a shot, you enter that, then hit OK. Then you put in how many photos you're gonna take. So let's say you're gonna take 100 photos, tap OK. So the third field is the one that's a little confusing. It's called pause time, and really it should be called shutter speed. So you want to set that at like 1/50th or 1/100th, whatever your shutter speed is. And unfortunately, it doesn't allow you to put in 1/50th or anything like that. You have to put it into a decimal. So it may take you a little bit of math to figure out the exact point seconds. Once you're ready to start it, you just tap A to B or B to A, and it's gonna start to do the time lapse. So YC Onion, I'm really hoping that you guys update the app again and make it just a little bit more user-friendly. As I mentioned earlier, this slider is perfect for travel, and it comes with this nice little sleeve that you can slip it into, tighten it off, and just throw it into your bag. Now that's really nice because usually when I travel, I don't bring my slider with me. Unfortunately, it gets left behind because it's just way too big. I'm used to using this slider, and this is the iFootage Shark slider. It's huge, it's heavy, it's bulky. Traveling with it is not ideal. And my other slider from YC Onion also is just massive. Now, it's awesome for really big time lapses and sliding shots, but you can't travel with this. So let's talk about who this slider is for and how much it costs. At the time of filming, this is $399 on Amazon, which is a lot of money, but it's actually a pretty good price for sliders in this range. A 1-foot slider that's completely motorized from something comparable like the Edelkrone is $550, when you include a battery. And if you get the Slider One Pro V2, which will handle 30 pounds instead of 20 pounds, it'll be $950 for still just a 1-foot slider and a battery. So I think this is a fantastic buy for what it does and the cost. If you're interested in picking one up, definitely check out the link in the description below. And if you guys want to learn how to light and shoot better videos, hit subscribe right now. I have a ton more videos coming out in shooting, editing, lighting, everything like that. All right, I'll see you in the next video.